Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday Musings. We still got login issues. I'm not about to try to fix it right now, so I'm just going to try to relax. Look at these skeleton trees, or these skull trees. Sorry, I just feel like that looks like a skull. Doing some like Rorsch plotter test or whatever. That definitely looks like a skull, like a pink skull. Anyways, um, still adding on to the adding on to the harbor of when login issues strike. Getting some good production off of this. I mean, not great. It takes a lot to get a cactus farm really going. Whoops. Yeah, C9 and like. In fact, let's go ahead and go scope out the nether while we think through this project, the Charlie Day wall. So, I've been trying to work on that a little bit. I've got a couple of virtual machines. I think I'm going to make just a new one to just be a web server. Um, Start from scratch. And really, it's just, in essence, a giant Jamboard. uh, I don't know, but the idea that you can expand certain nodes, like, are a different way to show a graphical. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I have been here. Wait, what? That is so strange. I have a strange feeling like I've already been here. I mean, like all these torches just laying about. Yeah, someone has definitely been here. Because that's not like a naturally occurring structure as far as I know in Minecraft. Like walls like that. That looks like trying to block out ghasts shooting at you. And that definitely looks like it was constructed too. Wow. It's like or anthropology of my own stuff, or like archaeology, just finding my own structures back from the past. Let's see what's over here. I mean, I don't even know what I was going to try to accomplish here. Like, see if there's some soul soil and soul sand, so I can go ahead and start doing that in this world. We can collect this glowstone. Let's see how long it takes to break. With my silk touch pickaxe or axe. That's not bad. Just don't want to do it with anything else because then it'll just turn to dust. So, instead of the actual glowstone. Sorry, and also trying to think about how XApp can be a Charlie Day Wall app, basically. Like, some way of showing a line of thinking, discussion, without having to actually go through. I mean, I guess people, as is, might go through discussions and, like, follow threads, but I think there's got to be an easier way to visually represent all of the discussion that's going on there. Like, the different points and all that, because really, even just like a text message is just insufficient because it doesn't have all the nonverbal communication that goes into like when you're talking to somebody face to face. So yeah. Hmm. Go ahead and get some netherrack. So I don't know, and I already hit my first snag. Like I've got the wrong version or an outdated version of Node.js on the virtual machine that I am trying to do. And just trying to figure out how to upgrade it is all splotchy. Like Just want to start fresh with like a whole new VM and just like, all right, or at least figure out a way to uninstall. Like it's the biggest thing about like just Linux administration. It gets kind of tricky sometimes, and a lot of it is just trial and error. Like, oh, okay, like a 5-point turn, backing up and then trying again. All right. Just thinking like, oh, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Just have to walk down and grab them, rather than building an entire floor to catch them. But basically, I've got a couple of LinkedIn learning lessons, all about like doing full stack with Node, like an actual website and all that from the ground up. I like just following directions. I mean, I feel like that's one of the easiest ways to learn how to do something like a cookbook. Although it's the laziest. I mean, it's like do it for me, and then, but, because I also got a pretty big old book that I've read, maybe a fifth or a sixth of it, which is way more than I usually read of books, about Node.js and front end, back end, and all that, like basically everything. Wait, where? Let's not get lost now. Came out to get this. Actually, let's go and do this. I mean, I'm not really gonna get lost because I do have the map that shows like about where we're at, and the entrance is back that way. Uh, so interesting how I built that, like trying to close up like one side is just gaping holes. And then the gas can spawn in here if you're not careful. So I mean, just any space that's big enough to fit it. Um, there it is. And all these villagers, I should have put a fence up around it. I don't think any of them have jobs. Isn't that the jobless one? I mean, anyways. Okay. Hmm. So that's why I'd already been here. This is my original base. Back when I started in not peaceful. I got blown up a couple of times, made this really makeshift hut. It's all cramped and everything. I think I've already raided this, like, huh. Sorry, just trying to think through, like, the actual web dev of having something you can click and drag. Well, basically like Jamboard. Jamboard, you can put down text boxes, and then you could put down like different shapes. So you could have like the squares with rounded edges was what I usually used. But basically, divisions or objects or like things that you could click and drag and move around. And then you just plop the text box in there, and then you could instantly have like a few different ideas. But it was a little small, I guess. And so to figure that out, and even on a phone, you have to have it to where you can zoom in and out a lot, but basically like a gigantic whiteboard for someone to put all of their ideas on, and then have functionality in each of the like the shapes, the word bubble type things, to drill down, like to have linked arguments, like basically like a tree data structure. Not necessarily binary. I mean, I guess it's more of like a graph shape, but with nodes, I mean, you have each node be like the section or the subject, and you can click and drag and move it around, and then um, you'd have sub nodes of that. that would have like the supporting argument, the articles, even just links to stuff. I don't know because then people could process it at their own pace instead of like watching someone talk about something like a lecture and everything. Like lectures are great and all, but it's hard to do it. Well, there's ways it could be better understood, and I feel like that's wait, what's this? Wait, I started to try to do mine. All right, well this is actually gonna be a problem. I'm like debating on should I go ahead and break this one? Hmm. I mean, yeah. Ah. All right. We'll go ahead and leave it here in case we want to reverse that, but all right. I mean, and normally when I am logged in, I'll play on the realm, but I'm not about to try to do a whole nother tech issue thing like that. Not today. Have like a random chicken. Cool. Anywho, so that and Foo Funding or Wu-Tang Financial. Like I feel like there's a really quick. Sorry, this is why I need like a Charlie Day wall. But basically, all it's going to take is a catalyst of a few wealthy people to donate some money to it, and a few people to keep eyes on it, and make it completely transparent, like publicly viewable, like how much money goes into the account, where the money goes, and then the payments. I mean, you'd still have to obscure the user identities of the people getting the loans, but you could just be like person A, person B, all the way through, or whatever. I mean, person and then an ID, because hopefully this spreads a lot. It's like pay it forward on steroids and organized pay it forward. I mean, like we have organized crime and all that, but why don't we have organized philanthropy? Like, you know, I'm just kidding. We do. We have a bunch of nonprofits. We have a bunch of places doing stuff like that. But like this, make it something so simple and yet so widely known that everybody can, you know, either be on board or not, but at least feel good about understanding and knowing it a little better than things that are either shrouded in mystery by intention or by accident. Because being part of like nonprofits and these philanthropic organizations kind of assumes that you have your life in order, like you're in a good, comfortable place, which most people are not. I mean, it's our basic instinct to want to keep getting more and like survival and like accumulate resources, provide for a family, provide for ourselves, like you know and then the not feeling of ever being satiated because of our unrealistic goals of the uber rich, who it's just like, oh, if I don't have three Ferraris by the time I'm 30, I'm a failure. Like, stuff like that, which causes an unhealthy high bar that we set these goals and limits to. So, I don't know, that's probably like the silver lining of the war on drugs. You get a lot of people that normally wouldn't be, I mean, and even then, like people that make mistakes like violent crimes and stuff, like especially if it's like a heat of passion type thing, we need to be more like understanding. Like I forget what it was. It was either not Sweden, but or maybe or Switzerland or one of those countries over there that their prison, even for people that murder, is like a rehab, open door, like like a farm type place where they go, they understand why they did what they did was wrong, and then they fix themselves and truly fix themselves and then go back into society. So otherwise, just shelving people, I mean, and I think that's just because we had too much too fast, like, and too lazy of solutions too. That's one of the downsides of having an ever-changing government is you have these situations where job creation is pushed so much, and you got to wonder how much of that job creation is just like, Department of Corrections facilities, like new prisons, or are we just like, actually, wait, I need a lot of wood. Let's go ahead and start using the bamboo as fuel. Actually, I don't even need to harvest anything. I got the blocks for days. But it is fun to harvest this stuff. Alright. So, anyways, what it needs to be is an all-inclusive organization or project that is easily transmissible. So you need to have it to where, the common person can look at it and not have their eyes go cross or roll in the back of their head like, oh my gosh, I got some more stuff to do. Like a good example, I had a not a good day at the grocery store the other day. And why? Because I tried to sign up for a digital coupon thing. I was like, because it always shows a much lower price. And I'm like, wow, I would like to pay that much lower price. And so right in the middle of the store, in which it's hard to get around because they keep making the aisles smaller, and it's hard to have like a full size cart, especially with like the way that everybody else is kind of sauntering around or trying to figure out their life, and it's just a very frustrating thing. So, and then I don't know, and then of course give people a mission. So the proper way to do that would be is to write myself a little note. Then when I get home and when I get some time, because like I like to alternate, like play games for an hour or two, and then go do something productive for an hour or two. Like I'm gonna do laundry, dishes. I've got quite the list of stuff that I want to do today, and throughout the day you'll see these musings. And it worked all through college too. I got a lot of homework done, and like not just mine, helping out other people. I'm just kidding, kinda. But wait, where should I put this stuff? Yeah, let's go ahead and harvest some more of this. I like it. I want like a whole. I think that's what's lacking. Is I think the storage structure. And see, and this is what I'm talking about. It's not convenient, so, and I feel like I have a storage, don't I? Yeah. So I started to make one up here. Oh, wait, actually, I'm going to reclaim all of this. Yeah, so this is my first attempt at a storage unit, but I'm building up, and it's inconvenient, at least until I get, like, a water elevator or something. So instead, what I should do is, let's go ahead and, we did a stack of chests. Whew, that's expensive, because they are 8 wood. Anyways. So what we should do, I mean, maybe continue on. Oh, it'd be messed up. As if you had something on the other side of it, so you walk through it to get to the. Oh, I like that. And then it's constantly like. Okay, so we do have some diorites. Let's go ahead and get some of that polished and slabs. I don't have anything for. I don't know. Okay. Oh, shoot. I was about to say, I'm doing so good, but no. Alright, anyways. So, and that's why I like the Charlie Day wall. Ah, I like that idea because it has to be something that people can go click to, and like, I almost want to say we should just try to get it to where XApp does it, or I mean, but a lot of people have mixed feelings about that. Then there's Threads, which I feel like Threads is just a huge echo chamber for a lot of the people that I'm already in an echo chamber with on the XApp. I mean, mostly Democratic, liberal, resist, which I mean, don't get me wrong, like that is my people. Like I align with a lot of it, but there are some extremes, and I've gotten into arguments with some of those same people, and it's like it's astonishing. And then just like, and I get along with a lot of the people from the MAGA GOP crowd, because like the average yokels, not the, but unfortunately the average yokels. So yeah, now you got to do that to let's get into uh, compact space or usage of space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I haven't even looked at threads. Like I see a lot of stuff on XApp where people are like, follow me on threads or come over here, like let's leave this app now that Elon's destroyed it. And it's like, no, Elon's testing it out, like, and being very transparent with what he's doing too, like, and having like people vote on who stays and goes. And I mean, a lot of that's even died down, but there was a lot of fanfare for a while where he was just toying with his new purchase, his new company, and yeah, and forcing people to start interacting more with people that they would almost never interact with was good. I mean, it's like you can go and pick a bunch of arguments and fights, like if you just follow certain politicians and then go into their comments and then start responding to people. But it's still good. I mean, walking through, I mean, it's just you got to be able to get past your own biases too. And I think that's the biggest thing because we all have echo chambers to a point, and the different degrees of those chambers, and it's not exclusive. Like there's a lot of people that think a lot of blended things. The biggest thing is the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome, is what a lot of people call it, and it's like, um, which is an unfortunate fallacy that I myself do a lot. I just did it with this last one. Let's see. So we have that. So four deep at least for now. And then whatever I decide to build for walls, we'll just do eventually. But already a good start. Ooh, actually no. Ah, yes, I love it. Okay, so like that and this. Now that seems a little claustrophobic. Like you can run straight down, and if you already know, maybe those could be like quick access ones, and then over. All right, yeah, but it's still a little cramped. I don't know. As nifty as I thought that would be. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because at least like the first one, you should be able to. Um, yeah, sure. Actually, so in this middle, what I'm thinking is maybe put like work job blocks. Like you could have the crafting table, like a saw. Yeah, I mean, got plenty of chests. This way I could really organize the stuff. Because I mean, the skyscraper idea, it's not very efficient. Like it's kind of annoying to work with. So maybe leave those one, and then so that way like item frames would still be useful, but then you'd have job blocks in the middle, and maybe even alternating would kind of look trashy. I like the symmetry. And every time you go to and from the storehouse, you get like a whoa. I mean, really, the sky's the limit. Let's go ahead and do a bunch of item frames. Let's see. Let's get some leather. Oops. Excuse me. All right. So a Charlie Day wall to relate everything, to put everything in. Just something that's easy for people to navigate, people to go and see, and that way they can see the line of thinking. Because as it is, people are writing each other off and having these discussions and blocking people. And this isn't just because I got blocked, but like I've seen, and even what I used to do back in the day, like I just stopped talking to somebody if our opinions were that different to where it would cause issue, and I let that be a thing. So in fact, there's a different situation where I finally like I told someone that I usually vote Democrat, and I think that they're not wanting to like, oh god, no, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Even though up until that we were both yokels from the same small town with a lot of aligning sites, and it causes people to have some insane or some intense confliction. But I don't know, bridging the political divide. And I have a whole series of I think I was doing Borderlands 3 where I was analyzing it, and I was like talking between a couple of my friends that were complete opposite extremes of the spectrum. And at the end of the day, understanding that we're all people, I think that's the hardest part. You get blinded with rage when you get all these things because it's all you can do is just have like a little bit of communication fit into a tweet or a post or a text, and then without having to listen to hours and hours of someone drone on like that A-Rye guy, but at the same time. So, okay. And otherwise, without that, you'd have all those villagers like that. Oh, I gotta put the fence. Never mind, I'm all worried about like, oh no, like I shouldn't let people do it. I'm putting in an expressway to get into the nether. Hmm. Do I have to baby-proof this basically? Just put a fence on the whole coast or even cut the thing? Well, I want them to be able to do that, but then I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to do ugh. Well, anyways, let's get a crafting table. We need this and oh, I think I can actually just yeah, still use diorite. That, that. Oops. Okay. So I'll be jumping up on this a lot too. In fact, maybe I could even put stairs so then I can like kind of just as I'm walking in, get a better angle at it. Yeah, let's do stairs. I think we can do polished diorite stairs. Oh wait, I had a job block right there. Okay. Oops. There we go. I do need to get some more diorite though. I mean, especially because I want to keep that project going. Then. Oh, whoops. Hmm. Kind of thinking. I guess it does go back to the. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll still keep the. I was gonna try to keep that corner piece if possible, but all right. So I could be like running in, go up here, get that. Have some more job blocks like a cartography table, stuff like that. Okay. I don't know, being able to really spread out and store things. Okay. So, all right. Just so deep in thought. Definitely musing. A lot of inwardly musing there. Like, but I don't know. I just got to figure out how to get started. And once I get started, then it'll be a matter of like, building sections and then adding functionality to where like on click you can drag it. And then, I mean, as hard as it is to center a div and how often I joke about doing that in web development, being able to click and drag items across the screen and make the screen big, make it able to zoom in and out. And, at the same time, doing this for small devices like phones and then also desktops. I don't know. So, anyways, ta-ta for now. I'll see you in the next one. Probably go do some of those chores I was talking about. So I think that's the other thing. I'm a little distracted, a little hungry, a little distracted. I gotta get some things accomplished. So, ta ta for now. I will see you in the next one.